The NFL wasn't even called the NFL yet. It was the American Professional Football Association. No playoffs, no championship game, just standings. The Akron Pros finished undefeated at 8-0-3 and were awarded the title. That's right, awarded. 1921. The Chicago Staleys, led by George Halas, finished 9-1-1 and claimed the crown. The team would soon be known as the Bears, and they'd be a problem. 1922 to 1923. The Canton Bulldogs dominated. Back-to-back championships led by Hall of Famer Guy Chamberlain. They went undefeated in 22 and nearly repeated in 23. Defense ruled. 1924. The Bulldogs lost one game. That was enough. The Cleveland Bulldogs, yes, another Bulldog team, finished 7-1-1 and took the title. 1925. The Chicago Cardinals were champs. Kind of. They won the most games. But the real drama came when the Pottsville Maroons beat them in a disputed game. The league stripped Pottsville of the title. Cardinals kept it. One of the first great NFL scandals. 1926 to 1929. 4 years, 4 champs. Frankfurt Yellow Jackets in 26. Yankees legend Red Grange boosted the league's profile. The New York Giants, Providence Steamroller, and Green Bay Packers took the next 3. The Packers win in 29, an undefeated season. 1930 to 1931. The Packers went back-to-back, led by Hall of Famer Johnny Blood McNally and quarterback Arnie Herber. They were building something big in Green Bay. 1932. A snowstorm forced the league's first playoff game indoors in Chicago. The Bears beat Portsmouth 9-0. It wasn't official, but it changed the league forever. 1933. Finally, a real championship game. The Bears defeated the Giants 23-21 in front of 25,000 fans. A new era had begun. 1934. The Giants got revenge. Known as the sneakers game, they switched to basketball shoes on icy turf and scored 27 unanswered in the fourth quarter. Final 30-13. A title and a legendary strategy. 1935 to 1939. Detroit, Green Bay, Washington, and the Giants all took titles. Don Hutson arrived in 35 and changed the passing game forever. Sammy Baugh debuted in 37, and Washington claimed the crown. 1940, Chicago demolished Washington 73-0. Yes, 73-0. The largest margin of victory in NFL history. Still. 1941 to 1943. The Bears dynasty roared on, led by Sid Luckman. They won 3 titles in 4 years. Fast, tough, efficient. The T formation was revolutionizing offense. 1944 to 1945. The Packers took the 44 title, behind Arnie Herber's successor, Irv Comp. In 45, the Cleveland Rams, yes, before LA, won their first title before moving west the very next year, 1946 to 1949. The AAFC merged with the NFL, and the Browns, led by Otto Graham and coach Paul Brown, won 4 straight titles in the rival league. In the NFL, the Bears and Eagles split the final 2 titles of the decade, 1950 to 1955. The Browns joined the NFL and instantly dominated. Otto Graham took Cleveland to 6 straight championship games, winning 3. Their clash with the Rams in 1950 ended with a game-winning field goal, 30-28. Football was becoming truly national. 1956 to 1959. The Giants, led by Frank Gifford and coached by Tom Landry and Vince Lombardi, yes, both, won in 56. The Colts, behind Johnny Unitas, captured back-to-back titles in 58 and 59. The 1958 game went to overtime and became known as the greatest game ever played. 1960. The Eagles beat the Packers and handed Vince Lombardi his only postseason loss. Chuck Bednarik, Concrete Charlie, ended the game with a textbook tackle. 1961 to 1962. The Packers responded. Lombardi's Packers won 2 straight titles, dominating the Giants both times. Bart Starr, Paul Hornung, and a brutal defense set the tone. 1963. The Bears returned to glory, edging the Giants in a defensive slugfest. George Halas was still coaching at 68 years old. 1964 to 1965. The Browns shocked Baltimore in '64. Jim Brown scored 3 times and Cleveland held Johnny Unitas scoreless. The Packers bounced back in '65, winning the final NFL title before the Super Bowl era. 1966. The Green Bay Packers, led by legendary coach Vince Lombardi and quarterback Bart Starr, faced off against the AFL's Kansas City Chiefs. Starr's precise passing and calm leadership under pressure were pivotal, completing 16 of 23 passes for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Packers' dominant defense stifled the Chiefs, forcing turnovers and controlling the game's pace. Green Bay triumphed, 35-10, claiming the very first Super Bowl title and cementing their place in football history. 1967. The NFL Championship game, famously dubbed the Ice Bowl, featured the Packers and Cowboys battling in brutal -13 degrees Fahrenheit conditions on frozen turf. Bart Starr once again made history with a gutsy game-winning quarterback sneak in the final seconds, showcasing his fearless leadership and clutch performance. Following this, Green Bay defeated the Oakland Raiders in Super Bowl II, with Starr's consistent passing and a relentless Packers defense securing their 3rd consecutive NFL title. 1968. The Baltimore Colts dominated the NFL, powered by quarterback Johnny Unitas' veteran savvy and an experienced offense. But in one of the biggest upsets in sports history, AFL's New York Jets, led by charismatic quarterback Joe Namath, shocked the world. Namath famously guaranteed victory and delivered with poise, throwing for 206 yards and a touchdown, while the Jets' defense shut down the Colts' attack. The Jets won 16-7, marking a turning point that validated the AFL's competitiveness. 1969. The Minnesota Vikings, boasting a fierce defense nicknamed the Purple People Eaters, dominated the NFL's season. Yet, the AFL's Kansas City Chiefs, led by quarterback Len Dawson's steady hand and coach Hank Stram's innovative play calling, sealed a 23-7 victory. Dawson threw for 142 yards and a touchdown, while the Chiefs' defense contained the Vikings' offense, signaling the AFL's final statement before merging with the NFL. 1970. The NFL-AFL merger was official, and the Baltimore Colts faced the Dallas Cowboys in a tense, turnover-filled game. Despite throwing 7 interceptions, Colts quarterback Johnny Unitas rallied his team with clutch plays. The game was defined by strong defensive efforts, particularly from Dallas linebacker Chuck Howley, who became the first Super Bowl MVP from the losing team. Ultimately, a late field goal by Colts kicker Jim O'Brien secured a narrow 16-13 victory, ushering in a new era. 1971. The Dallas Cowboys, led by quarterback Roger Staubach, showcased their offensive prowess and ironclad defense against the Miami Dolphins. Staubach's cool, accurate passing earned him MVP honors as he threw for 119 yards and 2 touchdowns, efficiently dissecting Miami's defense. The Cowboys' defense, anchored by players like defensive tackle Bob Lilly, forced turnovers and shut down Miami's offense, culminating in a commanding 24-3 win and cementing Dallas's nickname as America's team. And that was every NFL championship from 1920 to 1971. Legends born, dynasties built, and the foundation laid for the greatest league in sports. Part 2, coming soon.